Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 854. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hail to QT.
What's up, Daniel? How are you, Daniel?
Hi, guys. It's been a while.
Daniel, I freaking saw Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends Tomorrow.
Now, you got to understand, Daniel, actually somebody walked by and flashed him.
No. But I thought this was the most amazing crossover ever. Now, I'm not saying it was perfect, because technically it wasn't a four-way crossover because Barry Allen appeared in the last, 20 seconds in Supergirl, so it kind of wasn't anything to do with the Dominator, so that's kind of bullshit. I cry bullshit on that. So the three-way
it was like the part one was actually just a promotion of the other three.
Right. And kind of Arrow was like Arrow 100th episode more than it was like with Dominators. It's like a little bit thrown in, but you know what? Overall, I mean, the Flash episode kind of got me to like what? This kid doesn't have a daughter, has a son, and changed this one's timeless. I was like, whatever. But anyway, I loved it. I liked it that Oliver was a dick to Kara.
Yeah,
because...
And in a way, he had a reason, because
Kara
he was sort of suspicious of her.
But it was great that she saved his ass.
Yeah, that's what I
gave him a look like,
thought, oh boy, he's eating his words.
She's like, but you know what? I like it that she respected him as the leader, even though, like Flash was leading, she knows that he trained everybody. So she's like, let me respect him. I look up to him and shit like that. So I like that. She could have just but she listened to what Oliver said, and I like that a lot.
And I was thinking at first he was doing that as just to ensure that she was a fallback in case something did go wrong. They didn't put all their cards on the table. That's why.
No, but you know what I felt? I knew because he was used to types of villains, and then all of a sudden it got fucking magical, and Damien Dark killed his fucking girlfriend, and then it's like shit got weird, then there's fucking time travel, and now there's aliens, and she's an alien, and it got to be, you know what? I'm wrong about this, but this is the way I am. I need some time. You got to get out of my face because you're an alien. I'm sorry.
I do love how they had Cisco come around. That I love
because he fucked up. He changed the timeline. He's like, you know what? He didn't mean to do it. He didn't mean to do it, Barry.
I'm glad they held off, because so often they do these storylines to where it's like in the same episode they have or they have an epiphany. The fact that they held off like 3-4 episodes down the line.
Yeah, the last episode they kicked everybody's ass. That was great. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. What did you think, Daniel?
I thought it was awesome. It was great, and the whole thing was. I didn't like it how in Supergirl it just the last 5 minutes.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Everybody the last 5 minutes, and
that
it was
bullshit.
Nothing. Yeah, and but it was kind of nice because at least Supergirl had a little piece of the crossover. I mean, it's not really, but it had a little piece. It had the Flash. It had Cisco, which is good, and we now know the Earth that Supergirl came from is Earth 38. Finally, we got the number because for the longest time it was only Earth CBS, and now that CBS doesn't really gave Supergirl to the CW, they could number the Earth. Because originally it was its own multiverse. It was a separate multiverse from the Flash, but now they combined her multiverse with the Flash's multiverse, so it's an even bigger multiverse now.
Right.
So it's 38. I'm wondering if that's the year.
No, that's to do with the comic. Something to do with the comic.
Okay. I was about to say, I wonder if that had to do with the comic or
the comic. Yeah. I forgot. I remembered what it was the other day, and then I forgot it. So, I think Supergirl is amazing. CW, it's great. I think. I understand it's different from season 1. There's aliens now all over the freaking place, but you know what? I'm getting used to it. I like it, and I do like the team. and I want the team of Supergirls to interact with, but what I hear is that the Dominators are going to attack Supergirl on her Earth, and later on she may have to get everybody to come to her Earth to help her out.
Yeah, I was thinking that too,
Because they said they're going to appear later on.
Yeah, but not this season.
No, this season.
Probably as a closer.
All going to go to the closer.
Well, no. This season they attack in Supergirl's universe.
Oh.
Supposedly. So maybe a 2-part there. Maybe the Flash would just up out or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe Oliver will go to her Earth. That'd be pretty cool.
Because Cisco did give her that little communication disc.
But the best line of all the 4 episodes, I agree with Mark Waid, that he said that the best line was, "What's up, Steampunk?" The best line was, he's like, "She looks like my cousin," meaning that he was Superman. That was great. "What's up, Steampunk? Starraisin."
Hey, hold on. I'm trying to hook up my headphones. Hold on.
Whoa,
I'm on my cell phone.
Hey.
I see winter jacket there.
Yeah, it's cold outside.
What's the temperature over there?
Especially when you have to sleep in it.
What's the temperature?
Like 40. Well, right now it's in the 50s, but it's been getting down like 46 degrees at night.
Wow. That's crazy, dude. So this is the winter, I guess, for you guys, too.
Well, I mean, during the day it'll be in the 70s, and then at night it's in the 40s.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you're having your coffee and stuff, right, or soup?
Yeah, I'm at some new coffee shop I'd never been to before in Hollywood. It's one of those hole-in-the-wall places. They're going to have comedy club at 8 o'clock, but that's like a little over an hour from now. They got like open mic night, comedy club.
Are you going to sing?
No.
All right, man.
I'm not a singer.
AmberStreet.com. No?
He's probably like me. He likes keeping singing legal.
I don't know. Just not good at singing. I'm good at speaking.
Yeah. I gotta say that the jacket and the scarf make the whole outfit look even friggin' better, man.
I was about to say.
Well, thank you. It's
like
really windy. Well, the problem too is it's really windy too at night, and during the day lately it's been like 30, 40 mile per hour winds.
Wow.
And so it's wind chill factor as well.
You look like you got your airship in Final Fantasy and you're ready to fly.
There you go.
Don't hang yourself up there. I see the pole up. Don't do it. You almost did.
No, I'm just it's warmer. It's warm in this coffee shop.
That's good.
So I'm
that's good, man. That's good.
Dressing down.
All right. So how you been?
Okay, I survived. I just got back from the food pantry at First Baptist Church.
Very nice. Very nice, man. No Comic-Cons, right, or nothing? No conventions?
In February, there's Long Beach Comic Expo. I plan on going to that. In March, there's WonderCon. But the problem is a lot of WonderCon is held at, they moved it back to Anaheim. So a lot of WonderCon is held at the Marriott. And so I'll have to see. I'll have to play that.
The Marriott, yeah. Marriott.
Well, they're absolutely fascist there. They really are. They believe that they have. Anyway, I won't get into that.
No, we're not. So, did you see the 4-way crossover of?
I have.
Wow. Okay.
I watched it with the CW app. Because if you have the CW app, you can watch all the shows for free within the last few episodes.
Right.
You have to watch commercials. It's just like watching TV, but you're watching it on your phone. And since I have unlimited data, I have an unlimited data plan on my phone anyway.
Right.
Then might as well.
All right.
I also watched all of Westworld. I've watched all 9 episodes that have come out so far.
Okay. Very good. Is it good series? I didn't really get into it yet.
It's good. It has some flaws. It has some really good actors. Like Ed Harris plays one of the main characters. You got Evan Rachel Wood plays one of the main characters. She plays an android robot. And Ed Harris plays a guy who has sort of a mysterious past, but he's the man in black. He's like dressed up as a cowboy in black, and he enjoys killing people. But he doesn't kill real people. He's killing robots or killing androids. But it's kind of a moral dilemma because some of the robots have memory fragments. They're supposed to have their memories wiped when they're reconstructed.
Right.
But some of them have memory fragments and remember dying before and remember being hurt before. And so some of the robots are starting to become self-aware or sentient. And is it really morally right to have an amusement park where you treat them as prostitutes and playthings to get killed? So it's an interesting thing. But yeah, Ed Harris, he always plays. His character is kind of interesting. I'm not sure if you consider him the protagonist or the villain, but he's the man in black. He's the oh, that was somebody else that sneezed.
No, that was my girlfriend. She's.
Oh, okay. He's the man in black, and he apparently is kind of a psychopath. But then you start realizing he doesn't really. He's doing these to androids, so he doesn't really perceive them as real living things anyway. He's just enjoying his fantasies, but he does have kind of a dark, twisted way of doing the fantasy. And then there's the whole subplot with the maze. And then episode 9, they just dropped another subplot. You got to find out who Arnold is. But that storyline isn't finished. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. And then they just picked it up for season 2.
That's good.
So... I mean, Evan Rachel Woods plays one of the android robots, in a Westworld setting, like a Wild West town setting. And it's kind of confusing to explain, but there's like multiple timelines. There's like the past. There's like 2 different timelines from the past, and they don't really tell you that starting off. So it's a little bit confusing in that sense. Because you think that these are different characters, but then some of the characters are just younger versions of the older characters. And they don't tell you that they're cutting to the future, back to the past. But then you find that out by episode 9, that there's multiple timelines, and that some of these characters are same people, just from different time periods. And so that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure where it's going to go.
Time periods in the park or time periods in the whole...
Well, there's the movie in present time... the park has been around for 35 years. So, but there's portions of the show that take place 35 years ago when the park first opened up. And there's portions of it that take place. Well, actually, 35 years ago would have been when they were still experimenting with the park. They call them hosts. The robots are all hosts.
Right.
And when they were experimenting with the park, they didn't have any guests at all. It was all hosts because they were trying to work out the bugs. But then, and then it's starting about 30 years ago. That's when they add the first guest. And then they've had different versions of the robots or androids. They're technically androids, but because the definition of an android is a robot that's designed to look and feel like a human, and that they would meet that definition. Okay. But they're more sophisticated looking than like Data, because like they've gotten it down to a science where they even bleed, feel pain.
Wow.
But
they don't age. No.
But they don't age. No.
Okay.
But it's good to see Evan Rachel Wood in a role. The last movie I saw her in was Across the Universe. I know she had dated Marilyn Manson for a while. She was in a Marilyn Manson music video called Heart-Shaped Glasses. So it's good to see her in a major role again. She's a good actress, and even though she's like 30, she's still pretty hot. And I was always a big fan of her. So they've got some really good talent in there. Without spoiling it for people who haven't seen the show, there's a couple of character flaws. Like some of the motivations for a couple of the characters seemed a little bit unbelievable by episode 9, but maybe they'll work that out eventually. Okay. But some of the hosts are becoming sentient and self-aware. and are starting to program themselves and maybe even become homicidal. So we'll have to see where this goes.
Damn.
And apparently the maze, well, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but it won't really give away too much. The maze, this mysterious maze, for what I can understand, is designed only for sentient robots. It's not designed for guests. It's not designed for real people. But Ed Harris's character, the Man in Black, he wants to get into the maze, and the sentient hosts that he runs into tell him that the maze is not for him. And then one of them nearly killed him, and he barely escaped from that.
Wow.
Because the bullets in the guns, like you can kill hosts with the guns, but the host can't kill you. It must be intelligent bullets.
Same way the movie was.
Okay, I never saw the movie. I'll have to see the movie just out of fascination to see what the reference point
Because the way
was.
the movie was set up is if they were warm-blooded, they wouldn't fire. They could only shoot if they were cold-blooded or didn't give up heat.
Well, in this version, the host or the android host, or they keep referring to them as robots, so it's hard for me to call them androids because they're hardly ever referred to as such. But the hosts, they are able to shoot their guns, but they only bruise people. They slightly bruise people. Like there was one guy in one episode who actually got shot by a host, and he's like, "Hey, I've got a bruise. I didn't think they were supposed to be able to hurt me." They were like, "Well, there's got to be some consequence."
Yeah.
And but it was only like a mild bruise. It barely even hurt him. And so they must be intelligent bullets, because like there's been times where they've switched guns and whatever, and there's back doors in the programming of the hosts. Oh, and Anthony Hopkins plays one of the key characters in Westworld. He's co-creator of the whole theme park. And the guy that I think is Michael Keaton, who wrote Westworld, he's the same guy that created Jurassic Park. So it's kind of a very similar feel. He's created this like theme park that's like a fantasy world that's surreal. And instead of dinosaurs,
but the thing that they have is a model, but they actually have a whole desert that's real, or is that a simulation?
Well, I think what it is the model that in several episodes you see them, like with the back tech support, the people who are monitored. There's people who are constantly monitoring the hosts to make sure that they don't hurt the guests and they don't malfunction. And what I see is it's not that the world is super tiny. It's the world is life size. It's just that they're looking at a holographic display that's three-dimensional.
Okay.
You see this in a lot. They did some pretty good CGI. I just read somewhere that HBO spent $54 million doing season 1.
Wow.
And a lot of that is the CGI. But there's like several times where they're out in the desert and they've got their tablet computer, and there's like a three-dimensional display that pops up out of the tablet computer. It's like a holographic three-dimensional display, and it looks realistic. They did a really good job with the CGI. And so when you see them looking at this map of Westworld, and there's like canyons and mountains, and they're looking down on it, it's not that the world is super tiny. It's just that they're looking at a holographic display, a three-dimensional holographic representation of what it actually looks like.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right. And then, so it's a pretty good show. It has some minor flaws to it, but I loved it, and I loved the 4 nights crossover. I watched all 4 of them.
Yeah, what did you like the best?
Well, I mean, Flash is always my favorite.
Right.
And then Supergirl is my second favorite. I'm not a big fan of the Arrow, although I did watch the Arrow episode because I had to watch the completion of the story. It was a really good gimmick. I didn't know this, but the 4 nights crossover, I was reading about this as well. The 4 nights crossover has doubled the ratings of Arrow. Arrow had been declining in ratings until the 4 nights crossover, and now it's doubled in ratings from last season.
That's great.
So Arrow was on the verge of getting canceled, but now it's no longer.
Well, actually, I mean, the ratings may have been whatever, but I know that they did have a 6-season plan, but they didn't greenlight it yet. Yeah, that's true. So I hope
They brought in Vigilante.
Well, I think it's green lit now because of the ratings have just been jacked up for all 4 shows because of the 4 nights crossover. But yeah, I liked how he was stuck in the Dominator spaceship. Oliver was with his friends.
Yeah,
and he. I don't really know the characters very well because I don't watch Arrow on a regular basis. I just find the show boring. But that one was an interesting episode because it was like a surrealistic virtual reality matrix like thing where he never became the Arrow, but somebody else became.
Diggle did.
Yeah, we were discussing this on an earlier cast. When I saw that happen, I think, they're going to stick them in some sort of VR type.
I mean, that was pretty cool. I liked it.
VR.
I liked how they fought everybody. I liked it that he said goodbye. You know, it was a cool. But what about Legends of Tomorrow? You didn't say anything about Legends of Tomorrow.
I did. That's the last one in the 4-part episode.
You like that though, or no?
I don't like Legends of Tomorrow as a show, but I like the episode.
Yeah.
Because it's a continuation. I mean, it had a lot of Supergirl in it. It had a lot of Flash in it, and it was a continuation of the same story. So it almost didn't feel like a Legends of Tomorrow episode. It almost felt like an episode of Justice League, or it felt like an episode of Flash. Gotcha. But I don't really like Legends of Tomorrow because it's so contrived. Season 2 to me got off to a bad start. Daniel is a really big fan of Legends of Tomorrow. I don't know if you're still there, Daniel. I respect your opinion, but the season, the first episode of season 2 of Legends of Tomorrow, where they travel to World War II and the Nazis get a nuclear weapon, so they have to try to counter that. And then there's that one dude from Arrow. I can't remember his name.
Malcolm Merlin? Or no?
Malcolm Merlin is like there, and they know who he is. Yeah, and I'm like, they're trying to fix the timeline, but then White Canary's trying to alter it. That made no sense to me. It's like you went all through all this trouble to go back in time to a time you were not told to go to, and then you're trying to kill somebody and alter the timeline because of your own petty emotions. And the guy's already dead.
Oh, Damien Dark, because
Damien Dark, and the guy's already dead in the future. So that seemed very contrived and silly.
Well, now
I didn't like I felt offended by the depiction of Einstein. I always admired Einstein. They depicted Einstein as like this womanizing douchebag. And I just didn't like that. I thought it was insulting to Einstein's memory, and I'm a big fan of Einstein, so that offended me. And they don't really have a concept of basic physics in Legends of Tomorrow. The writers are just writing roughshot. There was an episode where the German U-boat fires a nuclear torpedo, which is possible. You could have, if you had the technology back then, you could have modified a torpedo with a nuclear weapon. But the problem with that is that you detonate a nuclear bomb, even back then, if you used World War II technology. Maybe I'm just too nerdy and I know a little bit too much about science, but it was incredibly unrealistic. You would have created a tsunami that, because with a U-boat detonating a nuclear bomb under the water that close to New York, you would have created a tsunami, and it would have buried Manhattan with a tsunami. And the blast at that close of range would have destroyed the U-boat as well as the time ship. Maybe the time ship has shields or something that probably an advanced technology that could protect it from the U-boat, but still there would have been a tsunami and there would have been a massive concussion blast from that, let alone the radiation and all the fallout. Fallout could still travel underwater. People seem to forget that nuclear bombs have fallout and massive amounts of radiation. That's another thing that makes them so deadly is the aftermath. And that was just so incredibly unrealistic and so incredibly unbelievable. And there were several storylines from season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow that were so unbelievable, with them dating people from the 50s. It's like, you're traveling back in time in the 1950s. Why are you hitting on people from the 50s?
Right.
When you know that's going to alter the timeline? It's just so stupid. I don't know. I can't get into Legends Tomorrow, but I did like the 4 nights crossover. But you asked me why I didn't like it, and that's why. But I like the 4 nights crossover, and I like that Supergirl has now got some kind of, Cisco built her a portal device.
Yeah.
I have a theory. I have a theory that the Atom is actually Superman. Yeah, he's Superman from Earth 1. I don't know. It's kind of a joke theory, but if you think about it, it sort of makes sense. But I don't know if you caught the.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, Kara, she kind of looks like my cousin.
That was the funniest thing I ever seen.
I love it.
That was pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was a Superman Returns reference.
Yeah, I know.
Joke, the fact that he played Superman in the movie. But that was
great.
awesome.
That was classic.
What if the Atom somehow was Superman and he got amnesia and he lost his powers?
Right.
Yeah.
Never gonna
Or
happen.
maybe he died.
They already have Superman for that.
Well, but it's Superman from Earth 38 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that next year we're going to see Batman appear in Supergirl next season. Because Batman exists on Kara's Earth also.
That's true. They mentioned Gotham. But, just because they mentioned Gotham...
the Gotham show.
Well, just because they mentioned Gotham, it could be an alternate universe where there's a Gotham where there's no Batman. That is possible.
Battery's older in that universe than he is in...
I have a question. I hope they answer this. Where is Krypton on Earth 1? In the Earth 1 universe... I'm plugging in my...
Well, they were talking about introducing Power Girl to the Flash last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, me and Daniel were talking about that. There's talks that they might have a Supergirl from Earth 1, and there'll be a different version of Krypton.
That's what I heard.
But she'll be Power Girl instead of Supergirl.
Yeah,
which would be cool. And I guess it'll be played by the same actress.
Yeah, but if you read the comics, Power Girl is actually from Earth 2, but the explosion of Krypton sent her to Earth 1. So.
Right.
I mean, I'm still Supergirl. I have an intense fascination with Supergirl because I really don't. I'm still friends with her on Facebook, and I don't really want to embarrass her in any way. But there was a girl that I dated 5 years ago who looks exactly like Supergirl, and it's like. I don't know. It's like deja vu for me. So that was part of my fascination with Supergirl. But Supergirl's gotten really interesting with season 2, and I really like the 4-night crossover. I hope they do that again. That was really cool.
Yeah, it looks like they're all going to get renewed.
I really hope there's an Arrow season 6 because Arrow's getting really, really good. I know. I didn't like Arrow at the beginning, but then I got into it, and I think it's really a good show. And
there'll probably be a season 6.
I like how Damien Dark.
Well, from what I heard, there's going to be a season 6 because the 4-night crossover has doubled the ratings from the previous season. When you have that big of a ratings jump, they're not going to cancel it. They're making money off of it.
Right, exactly.
I will say this much. I think it would be kind of funny if they have a futuristic version of Supergirl come in, but it's played by Helen Slater.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Yep, because she played the girl from the
played Supergirl.
The 80s version movie. So I think that would be kind of funny.
Oh wait, okay, yeah, possibly. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys very much. Keep warm, Steampunk Starraisin.
Yep.
I will.
All right, Daniel, was it freezing over there in Canada or what?
Oh yeah, it was really cold. Every time I go into the car, I gotta turn the heat on full blast because I'm always freezing.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, hey, I didn't get to say, what did you think about Barry telling everybody about Flashpoint? What did you think about that?
Yeah, the thing is, I like that scene, but the only thing is that I really wish they could revert the timeline back the way it was. Because it's kind of weird that Diggle had a daughter and now he has a son, and it's like, come on.
But the only problem is he kept saying, now don't even trust me by saying it. So how can we trust that? So how can Barry actually trust himself that the information is genuine?
Exactly.
Well, it's possible. I have a theory about that if you have time to talk about it. There was a rumored subplot that they were going to leak that sometime Emergency Awesome talked about it on his YouTube channel. He gets really good information, but there's supposed to be a dark version of Flash, and this is a Barry Allen Flash, but it's from a parallel universe where he suffered a lot of losses. Like, he didn't just lose his parents; he lost Iris, he lost a lot of people that he loved, he lost Joe, and just virtually everybody in his life died, and so he's become like a very dark, gritty version of the Flash. He's Barry Allen, but he's Barry Allen from a parallel universe. And he was talking about in a future episode, the Dark Flash is supposed to make an appearance, and it's Barry Allen, but like an evil version of Barry Allen.
Yeah. Alchemy summons this version from a parallel universe, parallel Earth.
So I'm wondering if that recorded message was like a trick, or maybe it was.
Yeah,
it is a future. It's a future version of Barry Allen, but a future version from a parallel universe. I know
when you say parallel universe, right? You're not saying Earth 1, 2, 3, 4. You're saying parallel to that.
Yeah, parallel to that, from a different from a different Earth that we're not even introduced to yet.
Okay.
It could be Earth 39. It could be Earth 39. That's a parallel universe. You allocate a number to it.
No,
I'm sure from Earth 38's point of view, they're the Earth one. So
that's the whole thing. All Earth one to themselves.
Yeah, it would be if you had the evil version of Barry Allen as an evil Flash, that could be Earth 39 or whatever number they allocate to it. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
It would be a parallel universe where things happen differently, and he's like Dirty Harry in a Flash outfit. He doesn't mind killing people without a trial.
That'd be an interesting thing.
Judge Dredd type of Flash.
What now?
I said something like a Judge Dredd type of Flash.
Yeah, something like a Judge Dredd kind of Flash, and then
now that would be a good, interesting combination.
I am the law. But yeah, I just remember that cheesy line, Sylvester Stallone. I am the law. But
who's screen sharing?
Yeah.
I think this is.
Okay, I think that's going to be the Barry Allen. That's going to be the Dark Flash.
Was that what one half? Wow.
Yeah,
it'll probably be like Earth 39 or whatever Earth they allocate.
Yeah, but in the comic, Alchemy summons this darker Flash, and this Flash, I think he's exactly like Barry. He had the same history as Barry. The only difference is he lost Iris and he went crazy.
Right.
Kind of like Superman from Injustice. He lost Lois Lane. If you played that game, in Injustice Gods Among Us, he lost Lois. The Joker killed or destroyed Metropolis. He lost Lois, and then he became. And you played that game?
No. I heard about it, and I saw
but I mean, it's intriguing. I mean, I really like the Flash. It's my favorite superhero show on TV today.
Yeah,
because it's covering storylines that were previously only covered in Star Trek.
Yeah, but
time travel, parallel universes. I love that kind of stuff.
Mm.
So it's great, and so this guy, this is definitely going to be covered in the second.
Is this the second half of the Flash season?
Yeah, because in the next episode, the present, when he travels to Earth 3, He's
got a Starbucks. Isn't that cute? Look, Dark Flash he stopped at Starbucks.
Yeah, so
it's called Buckstar. Let's be honest, it's called Buckstar.
Buckstar. Okay.
Yeah, it was
what was that Sliders episode? Instead of it being Subway, it was Way Sub or something.
Oh yeah,
remember that?
Yep.
Oh yeah, in the next episode, The Present, he goes to Earth 3 to get Jake Garrett's help to fight Savitar and Alchemy.
Yeah.
So we finally get to see another Earth. Finally, I mean, well, they did travel to a different Earth. They did travel to Kara's Earth, but now that we get to see Earth 3 finally, and we're gonna see the Flash fight the Trickster, and this Trickster looks a lot like the Joker.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. I don't know if he's gonna be the Joker, but
no, it's not gonna be the Joker. He's a Trickster.
So then, and then I think they're gonna fight him, and then they're gonna go back and fight. But I think at the end of the episode, Barry's gonna capture Alchemy, and we're gonna find out it's Julian Dorn / Draco Malfoy. I call him Draco Malfoy.
I know.
Because he'll always be Draco Malfoy to me, and
right.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Daniel.
Harry Potter, yeah.
Awesome. I love Draco.
Oh, Harry Potter. Okay, I never watched Harry Potter. That's why I have no idea what you're talking about.
And it's gonna be good. And about the whole thing, it was just like the whole crossover thing was awesome, and I think it was kind of emotional when Ray told Barry, remember when Barry asked Ray, hey, where's Snart?
Oh, I'm not a
And
big
they-
fan.
oh,
I'm
you
not
know.
a big fan of Earth 19 Harrison Wells. Not a big fan of that character.
I think everybody is. I
Yeah.
think the guy.
He just seems like a bumbling idiot. But
I mean,
and
wait. Yeah. Have you?
there was a rumor that he was a spy for the Dominators, but I guess not because he didn't really make any plays during the 4-night crossover.
Why can't they get a Harrison Wells that's closer to the one they had? Like, you know, but
Unless the one guy just wanted to take a break from being that type of individual, and that's the only thing I could think of.
I don't know. All right, so
Well,
yeah.
I guess it shifts the focus to Barry Allen because now Barry Allen's the head of Star Labs, and now he's the lead geek, and now he's no longer a forensic scientist, and he's just his only duty is Star Labs.
Right. Which makes
And
sense. He can't be a forensic scientist.
and that and the other dude who's Alchemy is the forensic scientist, but I wonder if Barry Allen's going to return once they find out that other dude is Alchemy, because that was revealed in one of the previous episodes. Julian, what's his name?
Yeah, I know.
Daniel, you're good. Julian who?
Julian Dorn.
Dorn.
Yeah, I mean, it was revealed that he is Alchemy.
Right.
So that'll be interesting. You got
Wait,
Saboteur
Joe, have you been
and Alchemy, but
I
have
can't
you
hear
been
what.
catching up with the shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, Saboteur and Alchemy. I thought Alchemy was going to be the main protagonist for season 3 of The Flash, but it seems like it's going to be Saboteur. Alchemy's working for Saboteur.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we got to go because the time is ticking and I don't want us to get cut off.
All right.
So we may be back later with podcast. Thank you guys very much. Take care. Bye for now.